Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Now, today I'm going to take a more scientific look at dreams and what research is being done with regard to dreams. So we're looking at neuroscience today and exploring the neurological or neurobiological basis of our dreams. Now, dreams have been dealt with and talked about and thought about since prehistory. Even the cave paintings in different places like Australia and in the caves in France and things, some of the paint drawings on these cave walls may actually be representations of dreams that people may have had. Possibility, because some of the images were related to hunting, but others seem to have a more spiritual significance. So, since 3000 BC or so, we have been looking at dreams and trying to figure out what they mean and who's speaking to us through them, and etc. Now, in modern times, the scientists are starting to take another look at dreams as something that's separate and but a separate entity in its own right, as opposed to just being an adjunct to sleep. So oneirology, as it's called, the study of dreams, is this new science that's being developed even as we speak. And while the contemporary dream research actually focuses on the neurophysiology, what's going on in the brain when dreaming is taking place, and also using that information to develop and test various theories about how and why dreams work. So they're trying to figure out where is it that dreams actually begin in the brain, whether it's a single place in the brain, a single area of the brain, or does it pull information from various places. And my particular take on that is that it pulls from different places where memories are stored in fragments, sort of like on your computer. So smell may go one place, taste may go another place, emotions another place, and they're all brought together to tell a story. I know one dream of mine, I actually smelled the resin of a Scots pine tree. It was Christmas time. So I believe that dreams come from different parts of the brain, and the brain consolidates them and into a whole picture and tells a story. So we all are pretty much familiar with the fact that when we're in REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep, that we are dreaming. And that's true for us. It's true for our dogs and cats, and apparently even true for funnel spiders in the Amazon. Yes, there is research going on looking at how animals dream, and in particular, this lady's in the Amazon looking at funnel spiders and how they dream, which is giving some insight into the neuroscience of dreaming. So there are, during this REM sleep, there are various neurotransmitters that are firing, either increasing or decreasing depending on what's going on. And the prefrontal cortex, the front part of the brain, which is where we have our logic and reason, basically goes AWOL during this period of time, during REM sleep. Which is why, fantastic images and things that don't quite make sense can come up, because the critical mind is no longer gatekeeping. So, and interestingly enough, I've always maintained that dreams were about our emotions, and neuroscience is actually confirming that, because the amygdala, which regulates and is related to our emotional state, actually is very active during REM sleep and when we're dreaming. So there is obviously a connection between the feeling emotion behind our dreams, and the activity of the amygdala during REM sleep. But what the other thing that's fascinating the scientists about dreams is that there's ongoing debate about what exactly is the function of dreams, and there are some things they agree on and others that people are the jury is still out on. But memory consolidation being the most important, when we're sleeping in general, the brain is carrying out garbage detail, getting rid of stuff, consolidating memory, removing plaque, which is the which can cause eventually things like Alzheimer's and dementia, is removing all that garbage from the brain and consolidating memory. So the brain is actually working 24/7, and is actually doing a bit of filing in terms of our memories. Things are going from short-term memory are getting pushed into longer-term memories. So there is that is going on, and that may be why dreams may happen, possibly because the brain is pulling together these different parts of a memory and consolidating them, and then kind of storing it in the filing cabinet, so to speak. Emotional regulation is certainly another feature of dreams. As I said, like my example of the church lady that I like to use from a show years ago called Saturday Night Live, pointing her finger at everybody because their morals were so loose and slack, but in her dreams she was having orgies. So in terms of psychologically, we look at dreams as being a counterweight to our waking selves, so that the more out of whack and out of balance we may be in our waking life, the more outrageous and out of whack our dreams become as well. So it could also, another function is problem solving. Many things that we use today or enjoy today have developed or out of dreams, literally out of dreams. Google, sewing machines, double helix of DNA, all kinds of stuff. Novels, music, all kinds of stuff have developed from dreams. So dreams can not only point out an issue or flag an issue that we need to look at, but also point the direction in a possible solution of that issue. So how, in terms of the impact of dreams, how can they be used in a therapeutic sense? Of course, the first thing that people would think of is analysis of dreams, by becoming familiar with the symbols in individual dreamers' dreams, they start to gain insight into themselves, and hopefully those callings will help them to guide them to maybe better decisions and actions and be able to live their best lives. In lucid dreaming, and there is creating your life, and we are the directors of the movie of our lives, and to be able to effectively create the best movie possible, being able to enter the dream or interact with the dream, and if you don't like the outcome, you're the director, change it. It's up to you. So lucid dreaming in particular for things like nightmares and post-traumatic stress disorder, can be really, really helpful, because instead of running and fleeing from the unpleasantness, you stand and face it. And when you stand and face it, it diminishes, it loses its power. So there's also advances in neuroimaging of the brain have opened up better understanding of the cognitive processes that are actually involved in dreaming, from using MRIs and EEGs, or electroencephalography. That's a mouthful. They're looking at the correlation between dreaming and waking cognition, waking awareness and understanding of things. And again, it can help with reducing anxiety, because it is particularly if using lucid dreaming. And just in general, again, because dreaming acts as a counterweight to our waking state, it can also enhance our mental health and well-being. Because when we look at the things that are deep down inside bothering us, they start to lose their power, because we're taking our power back, essentially. So there's also technology that's coming out of places like MIT to actually read dreams. And so there's a lot going on with regard to neuroscience. And I've just touched on the basics of it, and we could go on for days about it. But what's becoming more and more clear is that dreams have an important function, apart from the fact that it's part of the sleep, they're part of the sleep cycle, and have some real value in terms of healing, and self-awareness and growth. So there you have it. Some information about neuroscience, and how the exciting things that are coming out in terms of research with regard to dreams. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a great rest of the day and end of the week, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.